This battle system is like hitting all the right notes for me right now.
Got him.
Take that. Steve
You obtained a classic cabbage.
Hello my friends and welcome back to PlayStation Underground. On today's show we are playing Ni no Kuni 2 Revenant Kingdom, coming to PS4 on March 23rd. Justin and I are joined by Steven from Bandai Namco. Hello sir.
Hey, how's it going?
It's good to have you on the program again. Welcome back. We're going to see a little bit of story from Ni no Kuni 2. We're in Gold Paw. Tell me a little bit about this town and where it is set in the storyline.
So we're about a good 3-4 hours into the game. Evan has just recently, so I guess a little bit of backstory. Evan is a former king of Ding Dong Dell, and he was recently ousted by Mausinger, who was his former chancellor. So in going through the story, he discovers that he needs to create a kingdom for his own. So he's been missioning around, gathering more party members, working with Roland and Tani and Batu. And he's come to Gold Paw to be able to meet with the king of Gold Paw, whose name is Pugnacious.
Okay.
So, first question, aren't we a little young to be gambling?
A little
Are there
young,
any
but
rules about in Gold Paw?
it seems that in Gold Paw you are free to gamble as long as you do not have a outstanding debt. So,
okay.
you know, it's an equal opportunity where anyone can come to this town. The whole town
So let's just make sure we win and everything will be okay.
Yep. So
Who's the evil chancellor that overthrew Evan?
his name is Otto Mausinger.
Is Mausinger a mouse?
Yes, he is.
Yes, I knew it.
It was
I
high
called
time
it.
for the mice to finally take over in a town that's supposed to be cats and mice living in harmony. It turns out that there's some underlying tension,
Okay.
and the mice decided to kick out the cats.
I feel like there could have been a more peaceful revolution, but very well. So Evan is gambling. Oh, also is Pugnacious? Is he a dog?
Yes, he is.
All right. I'm just glad that I'm really reading this well.
Very well.
Oh, all right. Betting, making some bets.
So the whole reason why Evan is in Gold Paw to begin with is that he had just recently come from the forest of Niall, and he needs to find lumber to be able to build his kingdom. And Niall says, oh, you know, well, I lost my forest to Pugnacious in a gambling bet. So he decides, okay, well, let me get it back for you. And if I get it back for you, then you can give me, you know, all
Some
the
of the
lumber that I
lumber, yeah.
need. So they're jumping in here. He's trying to throw out some bets and decide, like, you know, I need to talk to Pugnacious. This game of 3 dice seems easy enough, but there's definitely something nefarious that's going on.
Something fishy, perhaps?
So yeah, we're not winning yet.
No, we're not. Oh, okay. Wait. Can I tell him about Roland now, Steve?
Oh, yeah,
Do I
yeah,
have your
for sure.
permission?
Oh.
Justin, Roland, the taller adult character
yeah.
with the blue ponytail.
Uh-huh.
Guess who Roland is in our real world?
Oh God. I don't know. Who's?
Former president of the United States is one of your characters in your party.
What?
Yes. So like he goes from the former elected office to entering this fantasy world and serving in your party, which
Oh,
is just
man.
the best.
That's a really useful experience to have when you're building a kingdom, I think.
I think so. Also, yeah. So, actually, I didn't even think about that. That is very true. Excellent point, Justin.
That was one of the
he
things
looks,
that
he
really...
looks younger now, but he's like in his 50s. Anyway, go ahead, Steven.
His thought was, like, when he came to this world and he sees, like, all the trouble that Evan's going through, but sees a lot of himself in Evan. So he decides, like, you know what, I'm going to groom him to be a ruler, because I've had
Nice.
experience in doing so in my own world. He actually had to explain it to Evan in that, like, well, I'm a king from where I come from, and he's like, oh, that's so amazing. He's like, well, kind of. It's more of a president, but, you know, same idea.
Hey, I'm starting to think this is rigged.
Lofty,
Shady dogs.
So cute. Don't give up.
Yep.
I'll do this.
Just wants to keep betting. I have the same problem, you know. It's
I'm
like,
doing so well.
I'm just like, let it ride, let it ride. See, now he's trying to saddle me down with an exponential debt.
Oh my.
So cute.
Steven, I really do think something nefarious is going on here with this gambling.
Okay, so this is like one of my favorite little characters.
Whoa!
That guy maintains your debt.
Oh my god.
But I think the
Oh boy.
to have like this crazy long neck crow thing just gawking at
Screaming,
you
"You
like
owe me."
you owe me. I'm just
Your
like, oh, that's so
literal
perfect.
debt on your shoulder.
I love it.
Yeah, eyes not really looking at anything.
Does he keep saying you owe me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the function in Gold Paw. Anyone who has a debt, there's a friendly little familiar that
Friendly,
will
yeah.
remind you kindly
Gentle
that you have
reminders.
that debt that's looming over your head.
Their existence is purely pain to provide debt
So
services.
So Ni no Kuni 2, is this how direct of a sequel is this to Ni no Kuni 1? Is it a completely new story in the same universe, or are we going to see what happened to Oliver and all that, or?
It's a similar universe. Think of both Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch and Revenant Kingdom as like a sandbox for level 5. So they've taken certain elements that are consistent across both games, whether it's some of the enemies that you might incur, some of the world locations, but there isn't necessarily a direct continuity between
Not like a single narrative
both of
thread
the
going through.
stories.
Yeah.
But anyone who's played the first Ni no Kuni will be able to find a lot of Easter eggs, little nods to the first game. So I think it's fun for anyone who's played the first one that you can jump in and you can discover all these little bits. But then for someone who doesn't know Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch, you can play this and not feel like you've missed out on any of that context,
Awesome.
which
Yeah.
can be sometimes a barrier for people.
And now that we're kind of seeing things in motion here, I gotta say, what an upgrade this is from the first Ni no Kuni. Running on PS4 now, just the frame rate looks a lot better, the visuals look a lot crisper. I'm really impressed.
And I mean, Ni no Kuni was known for its gorgeous art style and visuals, the original one, right? So this is just even more in that direction.
Yep.
You really get to see the art style sing.
And like from every angle, this game is just so gorgeous. Like to run around, and like the game really encourages you to go around and discover different locations and really explore, which I think is really great. So now we're gonna go investigate what the shady happenings
I
with
think
these.
this is a casino.
Yes.
Okay. The giant dice
Yeah.
gave it away.
Yeah. Evan's gonna be turned away not because he is a child, but because he has his little dead bird.
Ugh.
Dead bird.
I feel like you could grab that thing and use it as a weapon.
I mean,
I mean, it looks
Just
like
kinda swing it
it has that
around.
neck like
Yeah.
like one of those like comical like cartoon birds that you see like someone like strangling, just being like, ah, you stupid bird. But, it's just gonna scream "you owe me" back at you.
Might be too annoying to use as a weapon.
now it's going to be the ultimate weapon that you get at the end of the game.
And I think even though once we're going into this section, I'm going to be jumping to all of the key people that we need to talk to. But basically, when you go into any of these cities, all the characters you can go up and talk to, and they're all going to give you different context to the story. It's a lot of care has been taken in making sure that Level 5 wanted to create a very believable living world that you're interacting in.
That's so valuable. I think the NPC is often not given the same love and care that the main cast is given in RPGs, but sometimes those are the characters you're interacting with the most are NPCs that are
Exactly.
out in the towns and in the field, and having them have poignant dialogue or pointed dialogue makes it so much better.
Well, especially when these characters are supposed to conjure a feeling, and you're not really going to gather that until if you don't have a believable cast.
Do Bill.
Money now.
Okay.
I love how, is it Batu? Is that the larger character's name?
Yeah, so Batu, he's the head of the Sky Pirates, and that's Tani's father. He recently joined you, and he's pretty funny because he adds a bit of that tough guy comic relief.
Oh, so two of your characters in the party are related. It's a father and daughter?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Now, I don't know if I agree with that parenting style of going on dangerous adventures with your child. Come on.
Well, it's funny because like earlier in the story, Tani is abducted by some wyverns, and she's captured, and Evan and Roland decide that they're going to go and save her, but Batu, even though he's the head of the Sky Pirates and he's this like big tough guy, he made it seem like really like, oh, this is like some insurmountable thing, like she's gone, like, you know. So it's funny how his courage comes after you've done all of the hard work.
I love how the character in here was named Lady Pekingese. More dog jokes.
Oh, yes.
No, when you get into like the story and like the way that they've done all of the different accents too for the different characters, I find it pretty impressive. People were really fond of how Mr. Drippy's accent, I think it was like a Cockney accent?
Like a weird like Scottish thing or something, yeah.
Cheeky beggars.
So you were mentioning that the cutscenes in this game are all done in engine now.
Yes.
That's interesting.
No, being able to, you know, the Level 5 has said to me over the course of like the 2 years or 3 years that I've been working on this project.
Oh, wow. Steven, you have so much time on this project already.
They've been overjoyed with just the fact that they're able to do this on PlayStation 4 and the fact that, you know, it's powerful enough for them to be able to do everything in game and still have it be of a high cinematic quality and caliber. So thanks, you guys.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we're at the stage where the graphics do kind of have that cinematic feel to them already. So, yeah, it looks awesome.
So, just about at the end of this little thing, I'm gonna jump back up, and we're gonna see how they've figured out that tricky dice situation. So,
Steven, I must see justice done.
There will be justice.
Can't let this go.
There will be justice, but in a way that only Ni no Kuni could serve you justice.
We're gonna win $1 billion.
Shove it in that mean dog gambler's face. Rub his nose in it.
Grab the newspaper. You know.
Oh.
That's just
You've
rude.
been a bad dog.
And Evan is part cat?
Yes.
Okay.
Ah.
He's half and half.
Interesting.
He has excellent hearing, I bet.
You owe me! You owe me! Very well.
Goodness gracious, going at it again.
He's not going to lose this time.
I got this time.
Be counting on you.
Let's go, Lofty.
Lofty just...
So,
Alright.
which will it be?
Red.
Time to put our little plan into action. Let us begin.
What?
Oh my god.
Wow.
Terrible.
Had to have some Matrix bullet time in there.
Oh, that's impossible!
Oh my god.
Wow. I can't believe what I just saw.
What?
Really?
Just a little booger bullet.
Hmm?
Yeah, save everyone.
Can we equip that as a weapon in the battle?
That'd be great.
I'm still trying to process that was a cutscene from a video game that is coming to PS4. That is just... Oh my god! This guy is the best.
Who, Mandarin or Pugnacious?
If that's Pugnacious, I'm all about Pugnacious.
That is definitely Pugnacious.
Yeah.
Got the 1,000-year-old face right there. Love it.
Goodness.
It's funny because there's definitely some sneaky things that are going on in Goldpaw, but background-wise for Pugnacious, he actually comes from a very poor family. and
They're gone.
his
Good.
intentions were all, I guess, good-hearted to begin with, and somehow he's kind of fallen off the tracks a little bit, and greed has seemed to have superseded any sort of other judgment.
Yeah, he went to jail.
Yep.
Heck yeah, man.
So
Justice was done. I called it again.
Oh, look at that world map.
drop into this. Let's drop into the Calm Lands really quick.
It's a good looking world map, gotta say.
It's
Oh, I
nice
love
as-
the loading icon.
As you go through the game, you find different trapdoors, and
Oh my
you
god.
can go
Oh my
and
god.
it helps you like get to different areas. So this is the overworld. So as you can see, the characters, they take on a more cute
Oh.
chibi
Forms, yeah.
look to them.
My gosh.
That is adorable.
And so when you're in the overworld, all the battles are instance battles, like you see here. But when you're in a dungeon, they're actually seamless battles that go from one area to another.
This seems much different than the battle system from the first Ni no Kuni.
Very different. So the first one was kind of a hybrid turn-based. So
Yeah.
whenever you brought up a menu and you wanted to select different characters, it would pause. It does still do that if you're bringing up your menu for using items. So
Yeah.
you don't have that stress of feeling like, oh, I need to use my items in real time. Yeah, thanks a lot.
Oh,
guys.
I need to hold on. We do need to talk about the Higgledies at
The
some point.
Higgledies! Oh, is that them?
Higgledies.
So the Higgledies are little sprite characters that are natural phenomena in this world. So they're all phenomena from different types of elements. So
Right.
there's fire, light, darkness, water, and you can catch them and collect them and equip them in battle, and they give you different attacks and different benefits. So they take a bit of the place
Yes,
of
go Higgledies,
the
go.
familiars from the first game. Like, see how there's this circle of influence here.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's Whifflaff. And Whifflaff, his move is to create like a field that will help me build up health for any players
cool.
that are within that circle. And you can discover new Higgledies throughout the game. There's these little, they're kind of like shrines, and the shrines are asking you for different items that you pick up throughout the game. And if you give them the right items, then a specific Higgledy will pop up. And they're all unique. They have their own names. They have their own little accessories. But I think the most important thing is that they have 4 different moves. There's 2 benefits that are passive, and then they have 1 active move that comes up when there's that circle of influence.
Right.
And then when you are in an awakened state, they have an additional benefit. And you can always look at, it's not in this menu, let's see, it's in this one. You can go and you can check out like your party, and each of these guys, so there's, Runcible the Righteous, and if I go into like the information, it shows that there's different benefits, like he can restore health to people, he can bring out a cannon on the battlefield.
But each one has a certain cost assigned to it, which goes into that meter at the top right. I see.
Exactly.
Ah, I see.
I have so many questions because I love RPG battle systems. They're the best. One of which is it seems like you can control all the characters in your party, right? You can switch between them.
You can switch on the fly, and you can only have 3 characters dispatched. So
Got it.
right now I have Roland in the back ranks.
Can you bring Roland in during battle, or is that all done out of battle to decide your dispatch?
It's all out of battle.
Got it.
I love that kind of like dashing spell slinging you were doing a second ago. That's really cool.
Oh my god, there's the cannon, Higgledy cannon.
So is he primarily a magic user?
He has a magic wand. Everyone has a physical weapon that they utilize, and then a portable. So Tani and Batu both have arrows that they
cool.
use, and Roland has.
Whoa! Careful, Steven, careful!
Get that. Let's give you a little bit of health real quick. Some
This
Soar Away
this
would be
battle
great.
system is like hitting all the right notes for me right now.
Got him.
Take that. Steven,
You obtained a
Matt,
classic cabbage.
the On the left side of the screen, running from up to down, there were some weapon icons there with different percentages. Can you talk, is that going to be crucial to battle as well? Is that something you can talk about?
So when you're using your different abilities or your skills that are in your skill palette, once your weapon is up to 100%, it's going to give you an added boost when you use that move. So now that I have this at 100%, I can go ahead and charge this move, and hopefully that'll... Oh wait, no, that was a steal. But then you can switch those weapons on the fly, and each weapon that you have has maybe different benefits for different elementals.
I see.
Different strengths, and then I can switch over to Batu.
Oh, I see. So each character can bring in 3 different weapons into battle.
And you can also save the boost so that you're able to go into a battle and make sure that you have like a couple really strong hits that you're able to shoot off really quickly.
Awesome.
Gotcha. So I assume we want to use like water spells on this guy.
Yeah, these guys always run away really, really trickily.
Ah.
Curse you, dancing flame being.
We'll get him next time.
They're so cute though. Oh, and so another thing that's really cool that I wanted to show you was the, not that screen, it's the tactics tweaker. So in the game you can go through, and once you've unlocked the tactics tweaker, it gives you an opportunity to be able to tune exactly the type of experience that you gain in like the spoil setting. Like so here I was able to increase either growth or gold, or finds versus rarities, stuff like that.
Interesting.
Over in this area you can adjust like it says was this reduced damage when blocking, or decrease the amount of time it takes to escape. So depending on your playstyle, you can adjust these using your battle points, and you earn battle points as you progress through the game.
And Steven, in the cases where there's a slider in one direction or the other, do you have to spend battle points every time you want to move it, even if you're kind of backtracking across a different direction?
Anytime you're making those adjustments, you're going to be spending your battle points. So it's not like you can just cheat the game and just change it always on the fly. Like you need to actually put in points. So this is explaining how there's different monster types that are in the game, and you can give yourself a benefit or a strength against a certain type of monster, but to do so, that's going to give you a weakness towards its counter.
Interesting.
So you, like thinking if you're going to a specific area and I want to maybe move a little bit of the benefit in like one direction or another, and as I level up, it costs more points for me to be able to make these adjustments.
And you earn battle points just by participating in normal battles?
Mm-hmm.
So someone could, if they were in a pinch, try and grind up those battle points, build a collection, and then make adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Is that tactic tweaker kind of considered with the difficulty scaling throughout the game, or is it more of like a handicap for people who might be having trouble with the game?
It can kind of be a little bit for both, because I've found that in certain areas, like even though I've run through and I've beefed up the characters pretty good for right now, there is times where if I'm not well suited against a certain type of element, that it actually will make me expire. So it's definitely not an easy path throughout the whole game. Let's see, I want to look back.
That sounds great. It's another
Like
element of
that's,
strategy to a game that already seems like it has a lot going on. Like 3 different characters at a time, each with 3 different potential weapon slots.
So this
Your
is
Higgledies. There's a lot going on.
And this is a dungeon, so you can see like how there's enemies that are out in the field. Once you jump up and you incur them, then it's going to bring up a wall limiter, so you can only go so far away from them.
Oh, cool.
Can more enemies join this battle if they wandered into, or are they locked out?
It's a limited amount. And then like see how I have like this dizziness? It's actually reversed all of my controls, so
Well, you were doing great
switch to Tommy here.
I love the seamless transition into battle. There's no loading screen or anything.
Yeah, this looks fantastic. Steven, any parting thoughts or advice for the PlayStation Underground community?
I would say, if you are a fan of Ni no Kuni 1, think of all the different pieces that you loved about that game, even if at first glance it seems like Ni no Kuni 2 doesn't have that, you just have to trust that it's been re-envisioned in a different way, and the team has just gone lengths to make sure that anything that they thought was maybe unrefined in the first game, that they really focused on that a lot in this one. So the progression through the story and pacing, the flexibility of the new gameplay action system, and just being able to continue a story-focused experience that is ageless and timeless.
Steven, I really appreciate you being on the program today. Thank you so
for
much.
having me.
Justin, thank you for joining me.
Thank
as
you.
always.
I'm excited for this.
Ladies and gentlemen, join the club because I am too. Ni no Kuni 2 is coming to PS4 on March 23rd. This has been PlayStation Underground. We will see you next time.